Good evening, everyone. Hello. Welcome to Willingness Wednesday. I am your coach, Bvon Squires, and tonight we are sponsored by Spirit Source Connection. I am just so excited to be here as usual, and I'm just so happy that you're here too. Oh my goodness, I could not wait for Wednesday to get here. I'm just really enjoying this series on the four agreements. And last week we talked about the first agreement, which is be impeccable with your word. And then tonight we're going to move on into don't take anything personally. Now, of course, last week we talked about being impeccable with our word, understanding that what we put out is what we are getting back, understanding that our word is powerful. We can either bless someone with our words or we can curse someone with our words. And as our words go out and have an effect on others, they send that energy back to us. And so part of our self love is sending out words of encouragement, sending out things that we want to have returned back to us. And so the more I love myself, the more apt I'm going to be to spread good words and be a blessing to others as opposed to a curse. Okay. And today, I tell you what, we're talking about not taking anything personally, and it's just as informative and just as powerful as last week's segment. And I can't wait to just jump right on in. So, before I jump in, I want to say if you are new, thank you for being here. If you are new, welcome. You are so welcome here. This is a safe place. And here we talk about things that you would not normally speak about at dinner conversation. Here we talk about things that allow you to evolve into your most authentic self. Here we talk about things that are going to broaden you out to envelop all of the components of who you are, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, and the physical part of who you are. And so tonight is not going to be any different. And I just hope that you hear something that will inspire you to come back again next week. And as always, if you are returning, thank you. Thank you so much for returning. You know, I could not do this without your love and support, and I really appreciate you. And thank you so much for allowing me to be your coach. I am just so humbled that you come back each week to allow me to pour into you all of this wonderful information that gives you a choice, that gives you an alternative perspective, something else to consider. And if I can give you something else to consider, then my job is done. All right, so with no further ado, we're going to jump right on into today's segment of agreement number two. Don't take anything personally. All right, so the second agreement is don't take anything personally. Whatever happens around you, don't take it personally. Now, if someone were to come up to you and tell you, oh my God, you are just so fat. Oh, you are just so stupid. And this person doesn't know you, by the way. If someone were to come to you and say something like that, what would your response be? Would you take it personal? Or would you say, oh my gosh, something's wrong with that person? They need help. Well, I tell you what, if you would not take it personally, well, then you are doing right by yourself. And the reason I say that is because when you take something personally, then you are opening yourself up to receive the emotional poison that someone else wants to bring to you. Okay. And so there's something about what they said that kind of touched a nerve and it rubbed you the wrong way. And so now you want to tell them about themselves. Now you want to engage with them, trying to be right, trying to prove them wrong. I'm not stupid. Well, if I were stupid, well, there you go. You have been drawn into the emotional poison. You have been drawn into a particular type of hell because now you have the emotions of anger. You have the emotions of fear. You have the emotions of let's say defensiveness, all of those low vibrational feelings you are now feeling because you took this personal and allowed someone to draw you into their emotional poison. Okay. Now, the reason that they are able to draw you in is because of this thing called um, personal importance. Okay. Now, personal importance is something that we picked up in our early years, in our education and domestication. We were taught that everything revolved around us. We were taught to be self-centered, if you will. Okay. And so, because of that, we make the assumption that everything is about us. Everything is about us, okay? And so everything does not revolve around you. You have to know that. The world is not supposed to revolve around you. And so when we are able to tell ourselves these painful, disturbing truths, then we're able to let go of some of that self centeredness and we're not so apt to take personal those things that other people say. And so the other thing that I want you to understand is that everyone has their own dream. Everyone is living in their own domestication. And what I mean by that is I have my way of seeing things, my ideas, my attitudes, my beliefs. You have your way of seeing things. It's like a movie. Okay, so here's my movie. I decide what kind of movie it is. I am the director, of course. I'm the main character, and everything that's happening in my dream is that of my own imagination. It's my own domestication. It's my own little world. And everyone has their own little world, okay? And so nobody, trust me, nobody is just thinking about coming and messing up your world. So when you take things personally, it's not anyone else's fault that you're taking things personally because you are in charge of your own dream. You are in charge of whether you take things personally or not the other person. Okay, I want to help you to understand that. And so, even in a situation where it seems personal, if others insult you, it's a direct insult towards you, okay? It has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. What they say, what they do, how they respond. They are responding according to the agreements that they have made during their own domestication. They are operating from their own point of view, and it all comes from the programming that they received. Just like us, we have the same programming and we operate under the same ideas, attitudes, and beliefs of our own. Okay? I want you to understand that as well. Now, if someone gives you an opinion, let's say someone gives you an opinion and they tell you something really not good about yourself, okay? That, for instance, someone tells you that you're fat. Don't take it personally because, in truth, that is this person dealing with their own feelings and beliefs and opinions. It has nothing to do with you. And so, if you do not take it personally, well, then there you go. You don't take that poison that they have to offer you. And for on top of that, you have now received the gift of disagreement. You do not have to agree with everything someone says. You can say, I don't think so. I don't think I agree with that. And you can disagree. So, I do want to also let you know that when you take things personally, you feel offended, and then your reaction is to defend your beliefs and to create conflicts. And so, what the conflict is doing is really harming you on the inside. You want to make sure that you are heard. You want to make sure that you are right. You want to make sure that other person, knows exactly what they should be seeing, what they should be thinking, how they should be feeling, and what their opinions should be based on your domestication. Okay. And so I want you to know that just like someone else's opinion and ideas and things like that don't matter in your life, yours don't matter in theirs either, because everyone has their own way of seeing things. And no one is out to just, punish you or aggravate you in your life. It just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. Nobody has time to pay attention to you because everyone is so centered and paying attention to themselves. Okay, that's what I'm really trying to say. And so you may even, run across someone that says, "Oh, you hurt my feelings. Oh, you hurt me." Well, we have to understand that no, you did not. What it is that person had a wound. That person was probably even lying to themselves about that wound so that they don't have to feel the pain of that wound. And then here you come with your own private domestication, your own ideas and attitudes, and then you say something, and oh, it touches the nerve, it touches that wound in the other person, reminds them that that pain is there. Okay, so now they feel that pain and they're wondering, how did you know where that pain was? How did you cause them that pain, right? But you didn't cause that pain. And now they want an apology from you that you really do not owe, because whatever wound is their responsibility to heal. And the good thing about it is the opportunity for healing comes up when someone touches those hurtful places, those wounded places. They don't feel good, but it is absolutely the right time to call someone like me, your coach, and talk about those wounds and how we can work to take some of the energy out of those places. So when other people say things, they don't end up hurting your wound or touching your wound that was already there. And you don't walk around taking things personally and eating up everybody's emotional poison because you have a wound that is unhealed within yourself. Okay? All right. And so now I want you to know that people will get angry when you touch their wounds and they want to blame you, but really you're not to blame. They get angry with you because they're afraid. They're afraid that you are going to find out something about them. They're afraid that, oh my goodness, how do they know? What do they know about me? Are they going to figure me out? So when you start taking things personally and open yourself up to others, then you become defensive because you're trying to hide that thing about you that you already know, but you don't want anyone else to know. And guess what that thing is? That thing is that you're not perfect, but that's okay because none of us are, and you're not meant to be perfect. So please give yourself a break, okay? You're not meant to be perfect. And so now I want to let you know that if you're not living in fear, if you're not living the kind of life that says, I'm supposed to be perfect, well, then you're not going to be apt to take things personally when you hear them from the other people, because you have a healthy sense of who you are. You have a healthy sense of ideas, your attitudes, your beliefs, and those sorts of things. Okay, so as we're moving on, I want you to know that, oh, here's something that I found out this week as I was going through this study. Listen to this. It says here that our minds have the ability to talk to itself. My mind has the ability to talk to itself, and it also has the ability to listen to itself. And because we are dimensional beings, we get information from not only in the physical realm, but we also get information from the spiritual realm. And so if you hear something coming through and you're not quite sure, well, what was that? If you're not quite sure, oh my goodness, that thought isn't my thought, then you get an opportunity to say, do I want to take that thought personally? Do I want to beat myself up? Because sometimes thoughts come in your mind that don't belong to you. Things like, you should know better, you're stupid, I can't believe you did that again, you're never going to be perfect, and oh, they're never going to accept you. And when they say things like this to you, you do not have to accept those words. You can say, no, I disagree. But I tell you what, it's not easy to do at first. You're going to need someone that's able to talk to you and help you to decipher all of these different messages that you're getting so that you can see exactly what is of your domestication and what is not. Now, I want to share something with you. It's a little personal thing that happened to me this week as I was working through this series. Okay, so What came to me was, okay, here I am. I am, I have this agreement, okay? The question that the book asked was, what areas of my life are challenging at the moment? For me, it's my current living situation. Let me tell you why. Okay, this agreement I was able to identify, okay, is that I am not a good housekeeper if I do not have things in their designated place. Now, let me tell you, I am in the process of moving, so I have books and I have crates and boxes and stuff just all over the place. But see, I made this agreement with myself years ago in my own domestication that if you don't have things in their place, then you're not a good housekeeper. Okay? So, I am falling short of this idea of perfection that I have for myself because I'm saying I've got a mess everywhere. I've got boxes and crates. And so here comes the judge. Here comes the judge, right? And the judge says, oh, you should be ashamed of yourself. All this stuff all over the place like this. So then the victim comes out and the victim says, oh, you're so right. I was raised better than this. I am such a bad daughter. I am such a poor housekeeper. And so now, not only am I a poor housekeeper based on that agreement, now I am a poor daughter based on that agreement. Okay. And so now everybody's playing their role. You got the judge who played his role. You got the victim who played the role. Now you have the punisher. Now, mind you, all these are me. All of these different roles are the roles that I play in my own life to make sure that I am living up to my own personal domestication that was brought down to me. Okay. So these are all the roles that I play: the judge, the victim. And now here comes the punisher. The punisher says, oh, yeah, you didn't get this house cleaned up today. You've got stuff all over the place. You know what? You better go eat some ice cream. Yeah, go eat some ice cream because you are such a bad housekeeper. You are such a bad daughter. You're going to need to add some potato chips, maybe some cookies and french fries in there with that, and you start punishing yourself. Oh, you know what? That doesn't work anymore. That's not punishing me enough. So now I need to go out and I need to start shopping. I need to start spending frivolously. Oh, that'll punish me real well for not having this place in order, right? So this punisher comes out and starts punishing us. And so either it tells us that we need to do something to ourselves to punish us based on self-loathing, self-rejection, all of these things because I'm not living up to the ideal of perfection that I have in my mind, and that agreement that I made that said, if I don't have things in place, then I am not a good housekeeper and I am not a good daughter. And so the punisher punishes us by making us do things to ourselves, the self-loathing and the self-hatred. Or the flip side of that, it could say, oh, so you don't want to clean up this mess today, huh? No workout for you. You won't be working out today. No, just go lay in the bed and be depressed. That's what you get to do today because you don't want to clean up this mess. There was a time that I treated myself this way based on falling short of perfection, of this idea that I had. Today, I don't do that. Today, I don't do that because I understand how all of these characters work against me. Okay. And so if you find yourself in any of these situations where the judge is out, the victim, the punisher, any of these scenarios or situations, I want you to run fast to your phone, and I want you to call me because you need my help. You need to dial 317-721-4315 so that I can help you dismantle all of this agreement that is coming against you. Okay? A lot of times we have agreements that we made growing up that no longer fit with who we are. And so it causes a contradiction, and it causes confusion in our minds. It causes us to act in ways that are unmanageable, ways that are unhealthy. And I want to tell you, you are not alone. There are plenty of people who deal with this, and from time to time, I have dealt with it myself. However, because I do the work, because I am willing to sacrifice so that I can be my healthiest, most authentic self, I have done the work, and now I know how to walk through these situations as they arise. And I just want to be here to help you do the same thing. And so before we go, I want to help you to know now, if you can incorporate this second agreement into your life, these are the things you have coming. These are the promises that you can look forward to. Okay? Listen, if you keep this agreement, you can travel around the world wherever you want, and you don't ever have to worry about anyone harming you because you're not taking anything personally, right? If you can adapt this agreement, you can say I love you and not have to feel like you're going to be ridiculed or rejected, because in the end, all we really want deep down inside is to love and to be loved, right? And so when you have this agreement, not taking anything personally, then you can express your pure, authentic self. You can express your love and not have to worry about how another person is going to see it, take it, believe it or not believe it. You don't have to worry about those things because you're not taking it personally, right? All right, so a couple more. You can say yes and you can say no. You can choose for yourself what is right without having to feel guilty or give yourself some sort of self judgment for making decisions that are right for you. Now, last week we did something and I pulled out a card for you for the first agreement. And so this week I'm going to pull out one for the second agreement, okay? And so let's see. The second agreement is not taking anything personally. And let me grab my glasses so that I can read it for you, okay? Oh, here they are. Okay, so says here, don't take anything personally. Be immune. Ooh, be immune to others' opinions. Other people's opinions, they mean nothing in the grand scheme of things, because what you can pay attention is what you want for your life. You and what you want and your opinion is what's right for you. And everyone else's opinion is what's right for them based on the agreements. But if you find that there is some conflict or contradiction, like I was saying, just please give me a call at 317-721-4315, or you can email me at b.vonsquires, and that's at gmail.com. And then in the subject line, you can put agreement number 2. That way I know exactly what it is that you need help with and how I can help you. Now let's read the back of this card. Can you see that? There we go. Okay. Be immune to others' opinions. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Oh my goodness. Isn't that a wonderful promise? Isn't that something great that you can hold on to this week? Don't take anything personal and you will not end up suffering needlessly. That's something I can get behind. That's something I can support. I tell you what, guys, I have really enjoyed bringing this information to you tonight, and I hope that you've enjoyed it as well. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please share this information with your network and people you may feel can benefit from freedom, from knowing themselves, from understanding that we don't have to take things personally any longer. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me this evening. And I tell you what, I am going to pray that God will bless you real good until you come back here again next week. And when you come back, I'll have more wonderful information that's going to make you feel empowered, that's going to develop you and broaden you out as the multidimensional spiritual being that you are. I love you so much, and thank you so much for allowing me to be your coach. I will see you right here next week on Wednesday at 7:15 p.m. Bye-bye.